Okay, next we're going to talk about the other components to the Triaxial testing system. Briefly, we're going to talk about them, and then for a demonstration of the test, we'll really dive into the operation of each piece of machinery. The first thing we'll talk about is this the load frame itself with the cell. The cell is removable. This is just the bottom portion of the cell where the sample will sit, and then you have the glass cell that'll go on top of the sample with the piston. We'll demonstrate that here in a little bit. But the load frame is designed, this is the Versaloader from ELE. Now, just a couple pieces of information about the Versaloader here. This is not a digital. If you notice, there's nothing digital on the front of it. It just has this vernier dial here that determines the load rate. And to be honest with you, this vernier dial just goes from 0 to 10. And it is also the slow speed is not slow enough typically for typical very cohesive clays in a drainage situation where you don't want to allow the pore pressure to increase during the shearing portion of the test. So this unit here is really not designed or the appropriate equipment for a CD test on cohesive type material. Really a CU test either. Per ASTM standard, it most likely will not go slow enough for testing. Okay. But that being said, the ELE does sell a machine called the TriTest 50 that it is digital and it does have the appropriate speed low enough. I think it's to the 100,000th of an inch per minute range. Another quick information about this vernier dial is that the dial doesn't tell you anything. To be honest with you, it's really appropriate if you take, for instance, some sort of spreadsheet and write and clock the amount of movement per time at each unit, and then you can graph the speed at whatever input channel this is, and then you can post it here. For instance, post it back here so you know what to put the dial on for the appropriate inches per minute rate at which you would shear the sample. So again, it's going to take a little extra work for you to supply the right amount of speed to the sample for this machine, whereas if you had a digital machine, you could just punch in the number that the software gives you and you can go ahead with your test. So also the only other, it's pretty simple how to use this. You can push up to move up at whatever speed this is, and you can reduce it on the fly. Stop it and hit down to go down at whatever speed is on the dial. And that's all the operation there is. There's no on-off switch. There's nothing else except these three buttons and this vernier dial. Okay. I will want to mention that if you go up, always hit stop and let the motor stop before you push down, or vice versa. That's the only caveat.